The NFL has seen many great defensive units throughout its history. The 2002 Buccaneers, the 1976 Steelers, the Legion of Boom Seahawks, who I did a video on, so you guys can check that out in the description below, the 2015 Broncos, the 2000 Ravens, and of course, the 1985 Bears. You know what they say, defense wins championships, a phrase I'm sure many of you guys have heard, especially if you're an NFL fan. People say it all the time. It's not completely false. However, at the same time, it's not completely true. But what do you mean, Rahul? Well, that's what we're going to explore in today's videos. This is the truth about defense wins championships. But before we do get started, make sure to like the video if you guys did enjoy it. It really helps out the channel. If you guys are new here and you like the videos, well, subscribe. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers. Also, share this channel with anyone who you know that is a fan of the NFL or the NBA. And also, help me out and comment down below what you guys want to see on this channel. That way I can provide you guys with the content you guys like. With all that being said, let's get started. Now, you might be wondering, didn't you say defense wins championships has some truth to it? And I have to agree with you. It does have some truth to it. Let's take a look at the 2018-19 Kansas City Chiefs. A classic example of having a great offense, but because you didn't have a good defense, you couldn't win the championship that year. We've seen many teams like that. But I wanted to take a look at the 2018-19 Kansas City Chiefs. This Kansas City team was led by Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. He was the MVP that year, and he was only a sophomore. He had a cast of guys like Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce, and Kareem Hunt around him. Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins were great wide receivers. Travis Kelce could do anything you want from a tight end, and was arguably the best in the league. And Kareem Hunt, he was a very solid partner to Patrick Mahomes. Now, this offense, it was amazing. How else do I put it? It notched them 12 wins and the 1 seed in the AFC. They finished with 6,810 yards, 565 points scored, 4,955 passing yards, 50 passing touchdowns, 1,855 rushing touchdowns, and 16 rushing touchdowns. This offense, it was amazing overall. They had a Monday night thriller against the Los Angeles Rams in what would turn out to be one of the best football games in NFL history, as both teams went and scored more than 50 points. And while the Chiefs lost that game, they scored more than 50 points, and it was a real thriller. This team could score more than 30 points in the blink of an eye, and this team was fun to watch because of their offense. This team was very good offensively. How else do I put it? This team's offense, it was amazing. Their defense, though, on the other hand, well, it sucked. This defense allowed 421 points, 6,488 rushing yards with 4,274 passing yards, 15 passing touchdowns, 2,114 rushing yards, 19 rushing touchdowns, and a score percentage of 40.8. This bad offense, good offense and bad defense led to the AFC Championship game, which they lost. So they didn't win the title that year, obviously. It was my Patriots. Yay! But, okay, whatever. Anyways, what does this show? Well, defense, you do need a good defense to win the championship. Think about it. You guys, your team can score 35 points a game. However, if you play a team with a good defense, they hold you to only 20 points a game, 20 points in that game, well, you haven't scored as much points. So, yeah, you can't totally rely on the offense. And if they're bad, if your opponent has a good offense, but you have a bad defense, and your opponent's offense torches them for 42 points, well, you're not in good hands. Think about it. If your offense kind of depends on the defense. The defense will get they will get stops. The offense depends on those stops. And because of that, defense, you do need a good defense to win championships. But now, let's take a look at the next team. Now, I also did say defense wins championships can be kind of misleading and it doesn't tell the full story. Well, this team will show why defense wins championships does have some flaws. And let's take a look at the 2019-20 New England Patriots. As a Patriots fan, this is going to hurt. But hey, I can do it, don't worry. Anyways, this team had they were great defensively, as I said before. Notched them 12 wins and the 3 seed in the AFC. Their defense had the Defensive Player of the Year in Stephon Gilmore, who played cornerback, Jason and Devin McCourty, who were twin brothers, Devin being the safety, and Jason being the corner. Dante Hightower, who's a great pass rusher, Cal Van Noy, who is very versatile as a pass rusher, and more. This defense, it was filled with talent, and I could read off more players, but anyways, I want to try to keep this thing, not too long. Anyways, they allowed the least amount of yards with 4,414 and 36 takeaways and had 25 interceptions and only a score percentage of 19.4. This defense, it's great. I mean, it's much better than what the Chiefs had, obviously, but this defense was awesome, as you guys can see. Now, despite this great defense, they lost in the wildcard round. The reason? Their offense. This offense only had one consistent receiver in Julian Edelman, who was the only 1,000-yard receiver that year. Not that year, but on that team. New England's, the fact that they only had one consistent threat made their scheme less effective, and because of that, Brady couldn't have anyone else to throw to, really, besides Edelman, and Edelman also had 13 drops that year. They scored over 25 points 8 times, but many of them came against bad teams. This team only had 3,961 passing yards and had a completion rate of only 61%. Really, this team was not a great offensive team, and because of that, Tom Brady didn't even make the Pro Bowl that year, and eventually, this was probably a reason that he left. Okay, anyways, I got over that. Don't worry, you guys. Alright, I'm not one of those. Anyway, let's just move on, you guys. Now, what does this show? Well, defense wins championships definitely doesn't look too good for this. The reason? The Baltimore game is definitely a good example, and it did kind of show in this game, this example I'm about to use. Let's say in the first half, you're playing a team with great offense, but you have a great defense, and you limit that team to not many points in the first half. And you give your offense many opportunities, but your offense can't take advantage of many of those opportunities. Because of that, eventually, the opponent's offense finds out how to get past your defense, and you've lost the game. When your offense can't take advantage of the opportunities and increase the lead, let's say you have it, to increase the lead you have, assuming you have the lead, it's just not going to be that good for you, because eventually your team's offense, the opponent's offense is going to find out how to beat your defense. Think about it like this. Now, this is going to sound weird, but just bear with me. Alright, let's say you and your friend are trying to reach a window, but you guys are both too short and you can't jump high enough to reach the window. Let's say your friend is gonna hold you, and you guys are gonna try the classic trick of, your friend holds you and you guys are gonna try to reach the window still. Let's say your friend is the defense. He's the one holding you. You're the offense. You're the one trying to reach the window. However, let's say you still can't reach the window. Eventually, let's say, assume your friend isn't strong enough to hold you for a very long amount of time, and he gets tired and he drops you, and you either fall and hurt yourself, or, maybe you don't hurt yourself, but you fall, or you're left hanging. That's how I would put it. The offense is kind of dependent on the defense, and the defense, eventually they can't really do everything. I mean, the defense can't score, but you guys see the point. Now, with all this being said, what does this mean? It means you need a well-balanced team to win a championship. So really the phrase should be, well-balanced teams wins championships. Think about it. You can score more, as I said before, you can score more than 30 points in a game. However, if your defense still can't limit the opponent's offense, which is good, and your opponent can limit you, you've most likely lost the game. Your defense can completely shut out the opposing team in the first half. But if your offense can't take advantage of those opportunities, eventually, assuming that they have a good coach, but there's a good chance the opposing team is going to find out how to get past your defense, and then you've lost. So really, well-balanced teams wins championships. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, show your support and click the like button. If you guys do like the videos on this channel, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers. It would be greatly appreciated. Also, share this channel with anyone who you know that is a fan of the NFL or the NBA. Also, help me out, you guys, by commenting down below what you guys want to see on this channel. With all that being said, you guys, I'm out.